So we're going. Sorry, we're late, everybody. All right. Sorry, we're so late. Hi, everybody. So sorry we're late. Zoom Balagan. Zoom Balagan. I think that's a song.
Wie ich auf dem Boot, Asher notati,
Wow, that was so beautiful. I feel like I'm interrupting now. The advertised I was going to say a few words. Should have probably said before you started, because now it's just like everybody wants to just hear more, but now you have to listen to a few words of Torah as well. And some of you already learned with me on Sunday where it's about the months, the spiritual energy of the months, because it's so important to tune into what's going on in this month. And so I was thinking, that this is the time to also really trust in Hashem. Like we know that that's one of the meanings of the word Kislev. It has to do with Kislev, which means I put my trust in Hashem. There's several psukim about that. And so it's really, music, especially like harp music, it calms you down and makes, like I put it on, like I aspire to learn to play it, but also when I'm working on some busy work and on the computer, I put on my relaxed harp music in the background, and it calms you and it helps you to kind of like get into a trusting mode. So I just can't thank you enough for that. So that is also, we know that it means Kislev is a covering or a kisei, or like a chair for Lamed Vav. So the 36. Okay, and it also ties in with the harp. Not that I prepared that to say that at all, but Rachael I could have counted, but Rachael just told me there's 36 strings. And we know 36 is a really, really, in her harp, mine has just 22, which is also a special number. But 36 is the amount of candles we light during Hanukkah minus the shamash, because they correspond to the 36 hours that the primordial light that that's also called Ohaganus, that Hashem took away and said it's too precious to serve in this world full of wicked people, and he saved it from the world to come. We buried it in the Torah. Sometimes when you learn Torah, you get a glimpse of that light. And also when you look at Chana candles, that's why there's 36 lights. And I'm thinking when you listen to the 36-string harp music, you get a glimpse of that Ohaganus, that especially the way your voice sounds. It's like a sound of light, almost light. So also another thing that ties in with the harp, Mamasha didn't plan. That is that the organ of the month is keva, which is the whole stomach and also the womb, and keva comes from the word kav, which means measure, and it talks about every person has a measure that's our measure, and actually the rectification for the stomach, which is very interesting, and maybe this is probably from Rav Ginsburg, I got that many years ago, is to not be jealous at other people. So that's something also to work on, in addition to work on sleep, that everybody knows that Kislev is the month of sleep, because when you trust God, you can fall asleep. But when you don't trust, it's harder to fall asleep, yeah? And this is what King David said. I went to sleep because I trusted you. Many Tehillim about that. But it's a new idea about, in order to have a healthy stomach and womb, not to be jealous. There was a lot of jealousies between people, different people's wombs, right? Some women had more children than other women in their womb, and that has been and still is a cause of jealousy. But if you think about the harp, and something that's very important is that King Shaul, he became obsessed with the spirit of jealousy for David, because there was a song that the women sang when David was victorious first after Goliath and other victories that he had. And the song is something we would never sing today, but it goes something like, I'm not sure it's exactly the right words, but something like, Shaul killed 10,000, but David killed 100,000. Yeah. Whenever Shaul would hear that song, he would be obsessed with such a spirit of jealousy that's called ruach ra'ah, like an evil spirit that possessed him. And how was he able to alleviate this ruach ra'ah, this spirit of jealousy? When David would play for him the harp, as the harp is one of the most healing instruments. And when you play, you can actually help get rid of jealousy through the harp. You can help actually clear the midot and purify our character through playing and through hearing the harp. I made the last part up, but I think that's true. It's my experience. And so I just want to talk a tiny bit about, and I'm going to finish talking then, and then the flow will be all Rachael, and I can relax into the harp and not worry about talking more. Right, so the keshet we talked about, but it's also the keshet, which is the bow, and the Sagittarius, which is also like a picture of this boy shooting these arrows. So how does it work? Tishrei is when we open up to newness, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, and also Sukkot. Cheshvan is we did the heart inner work of peeling off and shedding the past and letting go. And Kislev is now the time to rekindle and actualize our deepest dreams, to embrace all the possibilities. That's like arrows, like we can shoot high. This is the time for visions. What you want to become, it's a different kind of what you want to become than before Rosh Hashanah. It's more like, everything is possible. Like it's the months of miracles. We think we can't have next year 100 women sitting here listening to Rachael playing song. We don't think big. It's not only in quantity but in quality, and in like what is really our deepest visions of our soul, like Joseph, who was a dreamer, and his dreams came true. He made sure that they came true beyond all expectations. So the letter of the month is the Samech. I don't know if that looks like a dulcimer, not really. And so it is all about something so beautiful that I want to share with you from the Bnei Yisachar that I did not say until now, which, in Ashrei, we have all the letters. Ashrei starts with Aleph, then it goes to go through all the letters in each of the psukim of Ashrei. But which letter is missing? One letter is missing.
Noon. The noon.
Okay, that's good. I have some time to Okay,
Just
so
promise to mute yourselves.
no, it's good. So what does it? So the noon is missing, but then it says, and I think I'm looking for my notes, but I can't find in my notes. But it says, and even so, David HaMelech in Ruach HaKodesh brought back the noon when he wrote, Somech Hashem et kol hanoflim. The next pasuk that starts with Sana. Somech, Hashem supports all the fallen. And then you have Noflim that starts with noon. And so Bnei Yisachar asked, what do you mean, even so? David brought it back with Ruach HaKodesh. Why is even so? And why does he have to say Ruach HaKodesh? Obviously, all the Tehillim are written with Ruach HaKodesh. Not specifically only the Ashrei, that specific Tehillim of Ashrei. There's other Ashreis too. And so he explains something very deep, that, Chanukah is the time that comes after the end of prophecy. Chanukah, we don't have a book of Chanukah inside of the Tanakh. We do have a book of Yehudit, but it's not part of the Tanakh because it comes after. I don't know what's happening in my throat.
That's right.
Just water. Thank you. It comes. Chanukah is a holiday that comes after prophecy. It's the holiday, though, that comes through Ruach HaKodesh. If you go back to the last month, the month of Cheshvan, what was the letter of the month of Cheshvan? Does anyone remember? I taught it. Those who are in the online classes would remember it maybe. What is the letter? It also goes in order, so I'm giving you a hint.
Is it maybe Mem?
Noon, very good. What's your name? Sarita. Are you Sarita? Oh, amazing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shekol yevro.
Amen. You got the Samech.
So the noon is the letter of Cheshvan. Cheshvan was a month of many difficulties. That's when the kingdom of Israel split. That's when they rebelled against the kingdom of David, right? The wicked Jeroboam ben Nebat from Ephraim. He took away the 10 tribes and split the kingdom away from David and away from the temple. And so that is the noon of the fallen. And this actually, what happened, the continuation of all that caused the destruction of the temple and the exiles. So how can we connect with Hashem in the exiles when we're so far away? We don't have prophecy. So for this it says, even so David brought it back in Ruach HaKodesh. So Mech Hashem et kol hanoflim. Hashem supports all those who fall. The Ruach, even when there's no prophecy, we still have Ruach HaKodesh. And we still have that today. And this is what we had the holiday of Chanukah, not in prophecy, but it's connected to Ruach HaKodesh. And what happened in Chanukah that has to do with the noon and the Samech? Yes. Miracle. And we still have miracles in this time, and we should never give up on believing in the miracles. So that's what keeps us going, even in exile, even in a time that, even if we're in Israel, we still don't have the temple yet, and we're still, waiting for prophecy. We still have a stickle of Ruach HaKodesh, and people used to get Ruach HaKodesh when they would play the harp and the dulcimer and instruments like that. And so we're waiting for that time that one of my favorite psukim is Yoel 3:1. And it shall come to pass that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams, and your young men shall see visions. And this is the time that we're looking forward to. And this is, and when there's no revealed prophecy, there are still dreams. And that's the months of Kislev, is the months that the sense is sleep. And even though sleep is 1/60th death, dreams are 1/60th of prophecy. And that is so special and this is the time to do dream work. It's some dream work is a way that you can really try to remember your dreams and think about how they apply to your life. And if you really spend just a few extra minutes in bed, rather than jumping out like a lion, which you're supposed to, but just like take a minute to be like a cat and think about your dreams. And sometimes, you will see, the more we get aware, we can delve into our unconscious, as most of our life is ruled by the unconscious. And the dreams gives us a window into that unconscious that most of our life is ruled by. And all the parashiyot that we read within the months of Kislev, they're mostly all connected to dreams. They're all together 10 dreams described in the Chumash, in the 5 books of Moses, and 9 of them we read about in the parashiyot of Kislev. There's 3 dreams in Parashat Vayetze, Yaakov's famous dream, and also Yaakov had a dream that he should leave Laban, and Laban had a dream that he should not harm Yaakov. So that's 3 dreams. So then Vayishlach, I'm not sure. And the next one is Miketz. No, Vayeshev is Yosef's 2 famous dreams. And then in Miketz, it's the butler and the baker's dream. And also Pharaoh's 2 dreams. So you all together.
It's when yeah,
but that's not a dream, is it?
It could be.
What?
Yeah,
I know about all that, but that's not exactly a dream. In any case, I'm going to end now. I don't want to take away your floor too much, so I don't know how long I talk. But the last thing is so anyway, so dreams are very important. There is something that I really do want to share before the final thing, which is about the 3 wells in the upcoming parasha of Vayishlach. Because we're also Be'erot Bat Ayin and I called my Bracha. I can't not mention that after those Be'erot that Abraham dug and then Yitzchak redug them, and it can be understood in so many ways. The Plishtim covered them with dirt, pebbles and sand and rocks. And so what we have to do each time, we have to redig them. They can be understood as our connection with Hashem. They can be understood as our connection with the land. They can be understood as the connection with our own psyche, that a lot of blockages of stone, pebbles, and sand are blocking us from being in touch with ourselves and from reclaiming all the fragments of our soul and bringing them back. And so I had like this Chodesh Baruch Hashem that Hashem gave me when I was writing about my blog it's the new Parsha coming up, about Toldot. 3 wells, about Toldot, not Vayishlach, sorry, Toldot, Toda Rabah. There's a new Parsha coming up, Toda Rabah, my Talmidah Chachama.
I studied here in Beirut.
Yes, that's why. So the 3 wells, the first one is called Esek. In this upcoming Parsha, the second one is called Sitna, and the third one is called Rechovot. Okay, so I want to say that they correspond to the 3 parts of our main part of our soul. The first one is Nefesh, Esek. Nefesh is like the ego, is the animal soul. It's busy surviving. It's all about surviving. Nefesh, that's Esek. Esek means to be busy and to do business. It's also called Esek, like to make money. That's what the Nefesh is about. So you could survive. You need money to survive. The second well was called Sin'ah. So I believe that corresponds to the Ruach. So the Ruach is our emotional soul. there is, we can have a lot of beautiful things in the Ruach. We could, have Ruach Chodesh, right? When we hear the harp, Ruach Chodesh. But there's also the possibility of Ruach that we talked about, jealousy and other negative character traits that are also being expressed to the Ruach, and that's why I want to say that's called Sikna. That means hatred. It could be hatred. It could be also overcome. But the last well, when you keep digging, he goes to Rehovot, because Rehovot means expansion. No one was disputing that well. Everybody agreed, and this is Yitzhak's well. Everything, all the other wells, no, it's mine, it's not yours. But this one, everybody agreed. Like, that's what we're waiting for. Everyone will agree to a one-state solution. Right? We're waiting for that. That's Rehovot. That's Rehovot. But it's also in the soul. It's the neshama. We have to, when we get really in touch with our neshama, it's because we're walking around like chicken around the head, like just like a nefesh level. And we have to get into the neshama. Then in the neshama, there's the klipot, the negative forces cannot have any hold on the neshama. So when we're in touch with our neshama, so no other negative klipot can have a hold on our land. That's what I really believe. And Kislev is the time that we read Torah, and Kislev is the time to delve into and to work on our psyche and making ourselves, like really connecting with our deep into ourselves and dreams and sleep. And dreams is a way that we can get that level of unconscious. I just want to bless all of us that we will reach besides Rehovot. And when you play the harp, it is something that's called Ma'achiv et Hada'at. It says a beautiful woman, a beautiful house, and beautiful vessels. Ma'achiv et Hada'at. The Gemara says it expands the mind, or the God is more than a mind. But I want to say like a beautiful music, and that's my experience. It really expands the mind, and especially when it's played and sung by a beautiful woman. And woman as well, and it's not a sin to be beautiful and tsanua and be a kiddush Hashem as well. So I really want to thank you. And so
it's Kli Negina. It's like the Kilim. Kli Negina.
Yeah.
So it's
right, it's like beautiful kelim, which is vessel. So this is a vessel, Kli Negina. Yeah. I'm sorry if I embarrassed you. Okay, so thank you very much.
Really a joy to be able to hear some Hebrew Torah. Like these days, I'm pretty much at home with my kids all the time. I don't get to listen to Shirim anymore or anything like that, so it's great to be able to have that opportunity. Thank you. It's actually interesting because what you were just saying about the one-state solution actually is very related to my next song. This next song is called Cry of the Shomron.
Can you speak a little bit louder?
Yeah,
because I don't know if everyone can hear in the back.
I'm not the loudest normally, naturally. I've been to the northern Shomron a few times since I moved here, not many times, but every time I've been there, it's been just a different atmosphere to me. I have a different sense, a different spiritual sense there. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just different and it's very special. Have any of you, I assume some of you have been there? Yeah. The first place I went to was Bracha, which was crazy in a good way. The last time I was there was about a year ago, and I'm just floored by the energies that I was picking up. And as we were leaving, I felt like something there was trying to stay with me and wanted me to give it a voice. It's hard to explain, whatever. It's just the feeling that I got. So I said, okay, I'm gonna write a song. I'm gonna try to give you the voice to be writing a song. So this is the song. And that. It was like on Hanukkah vacation this year. Until I actually got the song written, it was like half a year later, but better late than never. My breast is ring with all I do. sing of the Creator. You felt enveloped by the divine as you passed through. But fear keeps on from my roads, yet those who've not met me cannot deeply yours. After so long, I felt your love wash over. Making me patient now. Your eyes burned at false flags that pierced my soul. Hidden light was surely then stirred. It troubles you how shadows hold me so high. Hold me for so long. Thus they often grip that which is most high and holy. In the bosom of redemption, blinded people are fighting back the road. I am my nations they cannot read. I am my nations they cannot read. Come free to that me. God's great miracles returned me to his children's hands. If I were but certain in God's word and blessing, peace would shine from here to all lands. After so long, I felt your love wash over. Making me patient now. Your eyes burned at false flags that pierced my soul. Yet I marked was surely then stirred. Last time that I was you found me with a melt upon my soul. But away now, you stood in promise still don't forget how you joined my dreams of our people. Dreaming about ourselves, our dreams are so That's the first time I've actually done that one in public. It's nice to do it because I felt like it was sort of, that was the whole point of writing the song was to give a
Speak a
voice.
little bit louder.
Sorry, yes, you're right. This is my first time doing this in public. I haven't recorded it yet also, so it's cool. I really felt like this was, the whole point of the song was to give voice to something, so thank you for being there.
Thank you.
Okay, so the next song's on the dulcimer. When we made Aliyah 5.5 years ago, we first were in the north in the Galil. We were in a city called Mavot. It was there, nice place. So when we left there, it had always been my dream to live there, as I think the Rebbetzin might remember, to live in the Galil. I always wanted to live. Yeah. So when I left, it was kind of like I had to come to terms with something, with the fact that the dream didn't work out. So I wrote this song, and I'm going to play now, called Thoughts on Leaving the Galil. And that was my way of just sort of making meaning out of it, coming to terms with it, reflecting on what I learned from it. Sorry, these are my picks. They make it louder. I need to put
the mic down.
Yeah.
Do you have a mic?
I don't have like a pickup or anything like that. I'm gonna move this cup if that's okay.
Yeah.
Somebody sitting.
Yeah, there's another chair here if you want. You need another chair.
Yeah. No, this is an American folk instrument.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like a Rebbetzin.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's sort of simpler than, you know.
Folk is folk.
Folk is folk. It's much easier to tune 4 strings than 36, I must say. There's always ups and downs to every instrument. Nothing's perfect except the Hashem. So. At first sight at 15, I declare that Galilee would be my home. 14 years later, it came true. How we got inside each other. Can I keep that though I'm leaving? Immense beauty spread before me, royal colors, rocky majesty. Stopped my step walking to my food. God called myself in my eyes. I couldn't close them both. Pride shone from the teachers' faces. My children were truly loved. They sang praise in Hebrew, beginning redemption with joy. To these people cast their mind, essential thing that learned us to see through God's eyes. And silent joy, rivers in all these hills. And silent joy, rivers in all these hills. This next song is about a kind of unusual topic, I think, for a song. It's called One Enjoy. I wrote it after going to a huge amusement park with my kids. I have a bit of a kid inside of me, and I think that we all do. And when I saw them there just having such a blast, I was really kind of touched by it and felt totally like I one with them and their joy and their fun and their laughter. And I felt like all the negative stuff that sometimes goes on, between parents and kids, it was just like gone. It was like everything was just joy. So this song is kind of about that experience and wishing that I could hold on to it, hoping that in some small way I could. Yeah. to our children, and the hours and hope, the mercies of your eyes entirely. Your living face is so sweet to me. The true heart grows, you just happy. The things we argue about vanished for a few hours. So many dreams within which you climbed castle towers, sailboats on the sea, flew in a plane that resembled a friendly bee. You looked down, waved and waved to me, and we flew together. With an unleashed smile, I watched you run. You laughed like the roaring, singing ocean in the sky. Now I know how I wish we were this way more. Remember how we were one and joy. You drove the race car again, passing me as dinosaurs. And this year, my changing child, you run, oh, I watched you win. And who knows what next year will bring? We boarded a whistling train and chose to ride far. You looked out the window, every plain house I was there hoping for you. You rode almost every color of the card there ever was. And it was so hard to leave for you, for me. When I leave, smile, watched you run, laughed like the roaring, singing ocean in the sky. I know how I wish we were this way more. Remember how we were one. Yes, I have thought about how when you probably say I am too big for that place. But I think that you'll be back someday, and maybe I'll see that light in your eyes again. Okay, so this next song's in Hebrew. When we made Aliyah, I started writing songs in Hebrew, so I thought that's what I have to do now. So I was on a kick for a while with that. I ended up switching back to English, but it was a cool learning experience. So this is called Etzel HaMayim. In a nutshell, it's sort of about how in the summer times, there's no school and the kids are all home and it's just very busy. And there's like no time to just like think and be alone, which I kind of enjoy sometimes doing. So that was kind of a big challenge for me for a long time. But then I noticed that like when we would visit the water, like a beach or a lake or whatever, I would just feel like something lifted off of me, and it was just very joyful, and just felt like a really good use of time. So this song is about the experience of absorbing that positivity and light and being by the water.
Message not ready to fix it.
That was really beautiful. With the water.
This song is like a completely different topic. I used to know a person that adopted 2 children, and I didn't know her that well, but I saw her fairly often, and I got the impression that as you know, as like her oldest got older, things sometimes got a little bit complicated because she was the daughter was thinking about like all of my life has been like if I weren't adopted, if I would have had this other life, and you know, probably dreaming about maybe that would have been a better life, you know, the way that maybe teenagers might sometimes do. And I think that it caused the adopted mother a lot of pain, and it was a part of me that was really. I thought a lot about her story and about how it must have felt for her. And so I kind of, this song is kind of based on that, even though I really don't know what went on in her home and the relationship. So it's a lot of imagination went into this, so it's not, the real story, but it just was a really intriguing topic for me, so I decided to tell you about it. This is called Redeemed. Sort of a catch-22 with dulcimer, because you have to have short nails to play it on this hand. But it would be better if you would have long nails for this hand. But if I would walk around like that, it would just be weird. So I don't do it. So I'm stuck with these picks. Oh, that sucked. Adopted girl coming of age, you're dreaming of a life that might have been your own. Your heart skips on the piano horse, your dreams seem sweet, but listen, your words are bitter. And every day you are becoming who you want to become. Ask yourself, who would that be if I didn't know love? You were born to a free woman who never sought her own depth. How could she give of it? Give to a helpless infant. The doctor called you with rubber gloves and paws. Someone else wrapped and cradled you. She signed her name, the biggest choice she ever had made. Just to fill her heart with you, worry and cry she hadn't left. She's cried, and every day more becoming who you want to become. Ask yourself, who would that be if I didn't know the love? Your mother has redeemed you from the light is floating and she's given you songs, a hand on your shoulder. She's floating off the ground so you can feel her dreams. And if you have a dream that pulls you away from her, where do you think it will lead?
What is it?
Play it.
It's a song.
I feel so at home. There was once at a performance in New Jersey where, like, the mother, it was by a mother, it was a very talented singer-songwriter. She came without her kids and her family, but like in the middle, like they all showed up. A little one like ran to her. She was like, "Yeah, everybody have like this other life also." It made me feel actually pretty good because I was like, everybody's human. Everybody's human. And they have their stuff also and their stuff back at home. Okay, speaking of which, my next song is called My Baby. It's about one of my kids. He's now 8 years old, but I wrote this when he was like a baby. Kind of hard to believe it's that old. He was born in May. Like they say that like babies are supposed to start smiling around 6 weeks, I think, and like he was like maybe at 4 weeks. I already was like seeing what I felt was real smiles, and it was very cool to me. So like that was, I think, part of the inspiration for this song. My baby, I smile, how I try for your pure smiles, your reflection over to me, sweet hands that describe our thoughts. The world must open hush while I hush and watch. May you hush the world, nourish the lonely sound. What face can I offer one who swallows every problem? May my friend always make you curl up and raise yourself. The world must open hush while I know hush and watch. May you hush the world, nourish the lonely side. When you are I hear hush cries. You ask now how you about your sorrowful sounds of awfully closed doors. My baby, I smile, how we try for your pure smiles. Ba, 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 ba. So I think for like many years, my kids kind of just ignored the fact that I make music because like for them, I'm the person that, you know, cooks their food and cleans up after them and stuff. And I think that more recently that they're getting older. My oldest is 12, and then there's like 1, 2 years younger, and 2 years younger, and like 3 or 4 years younger. I think they're starting to realize that like I in fact do this other than all the other stuff that I do, and they've started to actually kind of listen to some of these songs, and like they recently found out that I wrote this song for my youngest boy, and they're like, "Did you write a song about me?" The other ones are like asking me, they're like, "What, you like him better than us?" And I'm like, "Listen, it just sort of happens. Nothing personal." So one day I'll have to figure out how to write songs for everybody. No pressure. So the next song is actually a cover. I'm sure most of you have heard of Rachaelsinger-songwriter. He's a singer and right. So he did this album with a lot of other artists. It's called Mishura HaTshuva. It's an awesome, amazing album. I totally recommend it. And this song is off of that album. The songs, though, were written by somebody, like a songwriter who was writing, I don't know, maybe back in the 60s or 70s. His name's Michael Shapiro. You know, yeah. So I think all the songs in that album are from him, and they're beautiful and amazing. And so this is one of them that I really, really connect to. It's called Only You. The arrangement is based mostly on that album, with like some changes just because it's just me and the harp. only you, only you. Only you, you alone, you can. Only you, only you, only you. Only you, you alone, you can. Only you, only you, only you, you alone, you can. Only you, only you, only you. Only you, you alone, you can. Only you, only you, only you. Only you, you alone, you can. Only you, only you, only you. So the next one is it's a song we wrote. So transitioning to the next clip, but it's called Bashar Beit Hashem. It's also in Hebrew. The topic of Har Bayit, the Temple Mount, something that has been very very strong for me for years. Ever since I heard that there are people that actually go there. This was back in the States at the beginning, so I found it to be really intriguing. And I think that the way I grew up was thinking of it as a mythical place and hardly realizing that it actually exists. So as I start to become more and more aware of the people that go, I felt a really strong pull to be part of that, to make that sort of mythical place into something real, something that is really central to who we are. So I wrote this song. I sort of felt like there's a lot of, I think it's getting better, but there was a lot of, I think, apathy on the subject. I think a lot of people don't think about it that much. So I wanted to write this song to sort of wake people up a little bit, kind of, and to raise that inner awareness and that inner connection that I think we all have. בנים שבים בעצם ישכח זאת אהבה נשיאה לא נוגעת מלבד העצים השדדים סיימה הבית מאין תבוא שמחתי שמחתי ממות הגאולה אשר אין פה כלום שלכם אלוקים ילידות המצימנו גם דמעותינו אסורות עלי חג שבוער ישתוקק על לבבנו סיימן על הבית מאין תבוא שמחתי שמחתי ממות הגאולה זה שהכריז לגבי הציון לא היה שם מקדש כאן זה מאת השם הלב ומתכווץ כל פנימי מועדת משתך שמיים הנבואות תוצאות רשימותיהן ימדנו עבור הלבן השם מסוגל לבנות את ביתו חלצה ומקדם והשיב לנו את הקודשנו שער שמיים ולדעת נשמנו זרף קודשו שק ידינו לחיים מציאות קורא ומסור עלינו קוראנו ומעשינו ישראל בנים שבים ישראל בנים דורכים ואסורים Thanks, Shoshana. This is really cool tea.
Here.
Oh, I forgot to say something that I think is really an enriching thought. It's not mine, but Rav Koenig of the Breslov Hasidut, Rachael. I once read an interview with him where somebody asked him, how can we be happy? Like Breslov is really into being happy and always simcha. And people are like, how can you be happy with all the craziness that's going on in the world? And I think I really applied even more today. And his answer was really cool. It was, like even if right now you have no reason to be happy, think about the future, like of the Geulah and like the redemption of the whole world, and just like be there and borrow your happiness from them. There's plenty to do. So I sort of incorporated that concept into the song, but it was really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think that's something that we can all use once in a while, right? especially now. Okay, this next song is also a cover. It's cool. I know I said that word a lot. It's called Shuv Nale. Has anybody here heard of Rachaelsinger-songwriter? Yeah. So it's from him. Came in a few years ago. I think it was right after the attempted murder of Rabbi Glick. And I think this song was sort of meant to like be a reaction to that, maybe. So Shuv Nale. It's on the dulcimer. So just a second. No finger picks this time. It'll be quicker. The other day I went to a music store in Rebbetzin to pick up a special kind of pick for this. And the guy said to me, this is a really thick pick. I don't know if that's really what you want. Are you sure? Like, what kind of guitar do you play? And I was like, I don't play the guitar. I play the dulcimer. And he was like, okay, I didn't know anything about that. Just take whatever pick you want. So that's not this one, but it's just this, But to his credit, he actually knew what I was talking about. There's more that I can say for most people. Would you go like you play what? So. I'll be there. I remember once going to a concert of Chana and Rachael. I was like in a small yeshuv, and there were a lot of problems with the sound system. It was driving me crazy. I'm like, okay, like maybe famous people like that can have trouble. I guess I can sometimes have. Shuv Nale is that we will once again go up to the Beit HaMikdash. So that's basically what the gist of it is. And it's very, very appropriate for Hanukkah, which is coming up. It's like actually perfect. Shuv Nale el Beit Mikdash. Shuv Nale el Beit HaMikdash. Shuv Ninagen v'chazot v'sheru. Shuv Ninagen v'Beit HaMikdash. Kislev Ad nafsheinu b'at b'chi. Tell that me Lord, let's take Shuv Nale b'shtosh v'gani. Kol Yisrael ke'ishkat chalei. Mishpachot, v'choros v'rikadim. Anu Elokeinu v'chazon ha'nevim. Yisrael ad nafsheinu b'at b'chi. Tehu b'teinu lodai. Let's take
Wow.
Thank you. So I think I'm gonna do one more song. If everybody's still awake.
It's a lot. I don't know how you remember all these notes without any notes.
Practice a ton. Although it's very humbling when, like, last night when I was practicing for this show, my 4-year-old daughter came in and she's like, "Can you stop already? It's boring." I'm like, "Ouch." Okay, fine, you know. At that age, they can say whatever they like and they're leaving it. But yeah. So this last song is song 98. It's called "To Become a Light." Lights? Huh? Sorry? Someone okay. I'm just gonna have to actually retune the last string for a second, so bear with me. If you made it this far, you may as well. Not far. This is the scary part. I have this phobia of strings snapping in my face. Hopefully it won't snap in my face. Doesn't usually happen. It almost never happens. For some reason, like I think I had a trauma once. I don't know. It's actually also a good song for Hanukkah to become a light. give up truth and connection. They give up truth and connection. As we know that it's working. The Lord is most kind and so in these stars. Mighty I spit into everywhere. I hope to become a love someday. And my soul's without hope to lose. Every good choice each time. May I love to say tomorrow. May I love to say tomorrow. I'm holding this where I don't you through. Who kindred souls fill us empty space? Who kindred souls fill us empty space? And we seek God out together. Lord, have the chance to give. None of us food and sorrow with me. I'm overwhelmed, getting difference at all. I hope to become a love someday, and my soul's with my God. Every good choice each time, don't add up to say tomorrow. May I love to every soul tomorrow. I am to you. Precious moments, and I hope you feel your special eyes of such moments we shine together. Of such moments we shine together. Ooh, Thanks again so much for coming. It's really a pleasure to share with you. She's watching. I believe a lot of really good and thought-provoking energy to go into the mood with.
Amen. Thank you so much, Rachael. Beautiful arrow and really, really special. Mamash, and thank you everybody for coming. Make sure that you sign in with Chana, and also there's a small donation requested, really small. And look at Rachael's CDs, and I also have some books for sale. Anyone interested? Also, all the money from the books go to support the school. And we want to invite you. We have a lot of interesting programs going on. There's a workshop on Wednesday. For those who are interested, we have the classes every day from 4 to 8:10 at night now, on campus and online. So if you can't come on campus every day, you can join online. And anyone has any questions? And I do want to end just with a very, very tiny matzalah again about Kislev, that every month has a four-letter, the permutation of Hashem's name, and the permutation of Kislev is Yud, it's Vav, Yud, let me just make sure I have it right here. Yes, Vav, Yud, and then Hey, and then Hey. And so the Vav is like the brow of Kislev, of Sagittarius, of the Kesher. And the Yud is the arrow. And these are the two masculine letters that they shoot forth, and the two Heys are the vessels to receive them. And
at the end of the month, the light.
What?
At the end of the month.
At the end of the
You
month.
see the light in the vessel.
Right. You see the light on Hanukkah, but also the Heys are actually the bows and the arrows when they come back down, after we shoot them up to the highest. And when they come back down, you have the hay, which is the bow. The first part of the hay is the bow, and a little part that looks like an inverted U, that's the arrow when it comes down onto the ground. So when I wish all of us that we'll have a lot of arrows to send, like every song that we play is like an arrow to Hashem, to Shemayim. And we have been now like the hay, receiving that from you, like bringing that down to us as the hay, as the arrow and as the bow and the arrow. And we should all bring light, and we should also become vessels for others' lives, so we can hold the light, and we can also, from what we received tonight, we can shoot it further in our, I'm thinking about how I could do some of that.
I'm not in a rush.
What? Like we get an inspiration, whether it's to play harp or to do something else with inspiration that we got. That's like our haze. That's our vessels to hold the light. And
I'm learning the
thank
dulcimer.
everyone for coming. It was really special. Have a look at the books over there and the discs.
All right, thanks
And,
everybody. Bye. Join us for Hanukkah retreat, the 21st of December, and online classes.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys. Good night. Thank you.
Really, thank you.